Ladies and gents, welcome back to Aussie Starcraft, where I'll be taking the ladder a little bit this afternoon to just try out the new map pool. And when we say new map pool, it's really quite an old map pool, as we see a resurgence of many of the maps that a lot of Wings of Liberty players and early beta players of Heart of the Swarm will recognise. This is of course Cloud Kingdom. We've seen thousands of games on the map at this point. Certainly a lot of pro replays on it have been cast, even on the channel in its early days. So pretty excited to be playing again on these maps. They're of course a lot smaller than the old school map pool, as Season 3 2014 saw a stack of the quite large maps in the 1v1 pool. We had of course a lot of 4-player maps being utilised, but here we see a return to what were quite small maps. I've played a game on Omaha this afternoon, and of course this game now on Cloud Kingdom, so much smaller maps. Certainly I can see Cloud Kingdom being a bit of a nightmare for Protoss Blink all-in plays. We might try some of those later on today. But of course I have got a Terran opponent this game, and going to try and finish it quite early on with the Zergling Baneling Roach composition, as I do struggle against Terran in this matchup. Zerg vs Terran, the amount of micro required with the Banelings and the macro to back it up tend to struggle quite early on. So going for quite a quick hatch, probably quicker than I should have, but shouldn't harm me too much. We'll throw down a spawning pool in just a minute and take a look at what's going on their side of the map. I imagine we'll see a quick expansion out of our Terran. Going to drone scout him, as we have been seeing a lot of different kinds of proxy play, which you wouldn't always expect. But as the map pool size anyway has contracted of the maps, we're seeing a stack more proxy shenanigans than we used to see. So we'll obviously, as players adjust to the new maps, there'll be a lot of shenanigans going on, and I doubt this series of games I'm playing the Sava will be any exception. So we'll take a look. Of course, he's going to be scouting with SCV, so nice and early. Wants to see what we've got going on. You can see that actually he's got a Marine moving out quite early here. Get a nice scout of his base. Keep scouting out at home. Looks like this is a little bit interesting. Moving out with that quite early Marine. Maybe he's going for some sort of bunker play. Might, well, can't do a whole lot just yet. We'll grab our gas. But if we're not careful, I think we might see him trying to establish some sort of bunker at my natural expansion, so we might throw up a spine crawler straight away. Grab a few Zerglings. I've got to watch my supply block. I seem to consistently be getting supply blocked in these games. Maybe I've gotten a little bit lazy playing as Protoss, but he's just dropped an expansion himself, so Marine's probably there to protect that. But we're going to try and put a little bit of pressure on. Few drones, few workers. Got the Queens coming up now. Zergling speed is of course very important, particularly so we can get the surround on these Marines. But oh, he's going to keep scouting and die. That's always nice. And get a few more Zerglings and start Zergling speed. We'll also grab a Baneling nest as well, and do a better job of hitting my injects. Of course, still warming up. Been a couple of days since I've played any. I've got to make sure that try and hit these injects nice and quickly. Move out with these first couple of lings. Get a bit of a feel for our opponent. We will be supply blocked in a minute. Probably go down, drop a third base. more for the lava production than anything, guys. If you're intending to go 2-base play, you won't commit too heavy on an economy front. Okay, we see he's starting a bit of a wall off there. Walling off with the engineering bay has its perks and drawbacks.
We require more
Of course, it's great for blocking up off a lot of space, but a little bit dangerous because it's easy for players to blow up your upgrades while they're still under construction. Might pop up my lair now just to be safe. And
metamorphosis complete.
Another inject. Got a queen. Now let's throw a big. Okay, interesting. The barracks lifted off, so a little bit of an indicator of potential mech play. We might pull these zerglings down here. And, oh, whoops, that's why hasn't got started. Baneling Nest not actually under construction, so that's a little bit of a brain fart there, guys. Drop some economy to catch up to this Terran fellow. And we'll select all our zerglings. I imagine we'll be seeing a few Hellions move out on the map quite soon, so throw down a little bit of a wall here, make life a little bit tougher. Come on, Queenie, head over. Unroot this, move it up there. Still need to produce quite a few drones, but the trick will be to drop a lot of banelings quite early and stream into his natural expansion quite aggressively, almost an all-in at this point. We do have a decent economy, but certainly not what we'd be hoping for. We'll drop a bundle of banelings. Let's get a few more zerglings. Oh, supply blocked again. Really gonna have to work on that. Block that, because I imagine shortly we'll be seeing some Hellions stream across the map. But if we move these zerglings here, let's send a few up the ramp, check for things like widow mines. Oh, misclick there. Okay, no widow mines, but there certainly is a siege tank. Let's go for it anyway. No, zerglings, you're in the way. Okay, so all in all, not a bad result. We did manage to clear the wall, and those baneling connections absolutely wrecked his poor SCV line that he pulled off to defend. So that's a perk. Got to be careful though. We see that he is quite heavy on the mech front, so if we're not careful, we'll be running into some widow mines and those sorts of things. Do need a few more zerglings. Why? There they are. Bad rally point, I think. So let's just take a look at whether he's managed to rebuild his front door. Let's get all our gas going. Take a little bit of a look. Okay, he has got that sort of rebuilt. What we'll do, we'll throw down an infestation pit for some swarm hosts. We really don't want him moving out of this base anytime soon. And still trying to decide. A few mutalisks would be nice, but that was a heavy pile of Thors that was moving out. We have a stack of minerals, not nearly enough gas. So what we might do, might actually grab a hatch towards him. And get our creep spread going. and we've really got to be ready for his move out, as we will see that he's going to have a lot of Thors and things. Going to distract him a little bit. Going to send a few Mutalisks across the map. Not intending to commit very heavily to these at all, guys. Very important to try and fake him out where we can, so we'll scare him into staying in his base just a little bit, and hopefully buy enough time for an eventual swarm host transition. If he's going mech, we want the map, so we'll drop quite a few of those. Let's drop a changeling, have a bit of a look in his base. Right, he is very heavy on the missile turrets. So we'll drop a few Mutalisks. And remember, right behind this, we're going to go quite heavy into the swarm host play. So we want a few of those now. Make sure he doesn't choose to move out. Got a few Mutalisks coming. Seem to have the Eternal Zerg struggle of being quite low on gas, heavy on minerals, which is sort of always the way Zerg goes. Gonna get our gas going at our 4th. Wasting a little bit of minerals there, but as we said before, we're not exactly running out of minerals. We do have minerals upon minerals. Creep spread quite terrible this game. Something for next game. Somehow I managed to forget all my gas at that location.
We require
Let's go around. We'll take out this turret. Hopefully pull his Thors up into his main. But here we go. Kill a second turret. Losing a few Mutalisks, but he isn't repairing, which is actually going to cost him a little bit. It'll just be a bit annoying.
We require more Vespene gas.
Deny his mining for a little bit. There we go. Okay, force him to commit with the Thors. Probably take a little bit of damage coming down here, but the real piece de resistance is going to be all these swarm hosts that are about to take up position outside his base. Enduring Locust, seconds away from starting. Little bit late on upgrades this game. Going for that earlier attack, sort of put a kink in the works. That's to be expected. Let's send you out to here, buddy. Get my queens in there, so I try and hotkey my queens on 6, then I can just quite easily control them and force things forward. Get a few overlords over. We do want to drop quite a lot of creep, so I'm going to force this creep forward with this queen. Obviously putting my queens on a different hotkey. The ones that I use to inject, I use one hotkey. The ones that I use to spread creep, I use on a different hotkey. So we'll get him going. The idea here being, guys, once we set up this contain, keep him on my base. I'm going up to Hive for Vipers, so I can pluck those pesky siege tanks out. Going to be quite hard for him to push forward. We have quite a lot of these. Not a stack of. What's the word I want? Can certainly upgrade up the amount a little bit. We're going to make sure he can't push out anytime soon. Going to bring up a bunch of units to help keep him in his base. We don't want him pushing out just yet. Here we go. Let's drop some creep. Queen, you need to come over here. We're going to rally a bunch of Zerglings into his 3rd base. It's going to be quite hard for him to defend that while we're doing this at his front door. And that's what we want to go for. want to keep him busy on as many fronts as we can.
We must place that on creep.
Still waiting on. Okay, he's going to try and push out. Now he's losing a lot here. As you can see, we got 4,000 minerals in the bank. We don't actually have to commit to this attack. If he looks like he's going to break through, we just pull back and let him have it. We don't have to be here. He, on the other hand, these Hellions that are moving out, he very much needs to be here. So we'll close off our main base. Drop a bit of static defense around the place. These swarm hosts can bury here, and as you can see, he is left in a rather difficult position. Yeah, sure, he can come down and do a bit of damage. We might knock out some Mutalisks to help deal with that, but his real problem is knocking on his door. His third base is stuck up in the air. We can do annoying stuff like this. Oh no, it looks like he wasn't as occupied as I hoped. We'll just build a new queen. And here we go. That's right, we got 5k, plenty of lava banked. The thing is, we're not going to allow him to break this contain. Just continue to make life very difficult. Thors are very expensive. What we want. Where's those Mutalisks? Hotkey the muters. Now the trick, guys, if you're going to take a bunch of damage like that, make sure you re-establish your economy. Don't be lazy. You really must have something. So ensure that your economy recovers. He's about to reach the decision that he needs to move out. So what we're going to do is we're going to unburrow everything, and then we're going to burrow it. That's going to sync up these times for the swarm host. Hopefully spawn a bunch of locusts simultaneously or close to. And then we can raise these, drop them in slightly more aggressive positions, and very much wear him down. So lots of workers. Actually, we got way more Mutalisks than I thought we had. That's alright. We're going to use them to help break through. We actually need to get rid of these Zerglings. Well, one thing we need to do. And we need our Vipers, because what we're going to do is we're going to induct units into this army. So let's get a few Vipers. Now we'll get a few Evo chambers going so we can continue to do that. He's of course trying to just max out here and then push out. We of course have enough Mutalisks to just do this and force the base trade. We just want to make him as impatient as possible, and we can bleed him right the way across the map. Oh, losing a few muters there again. Doesn't hugely concern us. We have a lot more of the map than he does, so we certainly need to resurrect our Vespene.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. We want to consume this. And here he comes. So we're going to move out. Oh no. Here he is. You can't. Okay. So what we do, we return to the game just for a sec, guys, so you can see what the goal is. He was forced to move out, but what we'd want to do is we'd want to pluck the units in with a duct, pull a siege tank. Oh, those ravens. Gotta work on my clicking. But we just pull apart the defense like that. So nice contain. A little bit sloppy play. I'm by no means a perfect Zerg player. You guys know, you've seen my Protoss play. Here's my off race, but just fiddling around, trying to learn some of the dynamics of these new map pool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit of Zerg fun to kick your weekend off. I did cast a game between Mana and Hyun earlier and put up on the channel, so if you haven't seen that, check it out, guys. Appreciate all the supports, all the comments and likes and things on the video. Go ahead and leave us a few thoughts. If you're a Zerg player, let me know what the number one thing I should do to improve is. If you're another race, how are you looking forward to playing on Cloud Kingdom? Thanks guys, this is Aussie Starcraft. I'll catch you in the next cast.